Hello and welcome back. If you clicked on this video, you're probably thinking about going to Walt Disney World, or maybe you just want to learn about Fort Wilderness Resort and Campground. And hopefully by the end of this video, I can give you all the deets to learn about this resort. So when it comes time to pick your resort for a Disney World trip, one of the biggest things you want to take into consideration is the budget. And this resort specifically is what's considered a moderate resort. So within Disney World, there are value resorts, then the second level is moderate, and then the third is your deluxe resorts. This falls into the moderate category. So basically what that means is it's not as affordable as a value resort, but it's also not going to be in the higher price tier as the deluxe resorts. This one is right in the middle, and to me, some of the areas of this resort feel deluxe. Also, let's be real, sometimes the price of this resort is just as much as when you stay at the deluxe resorts. The lowest that I've seen the prices for this resort is honestly what I paid for it, and we went Memorial Day, but they had a deal going on at this time. So I paid a total of $440 a night, and that included all the taxes and fees, and this was for one of the cabins. So it does sleep 6, which is a pretty nice amount of people, and they were super spacious. I do a full room tour later on in the video, so make sure to check that out. But you can also rent campsites here where you can bring your own RV in. You can actually rent RVs. There's different companies, and they have cute little Disney details, which is super cute, and they'll bring it on site for you. I've seen those as low as $73 a night, and then it just goes up and up from there depending on what time frame it is. My personal opinion is if you're doing a Disney World trip where you're going to be waking up and doing rope drop and not coming back until after the fireworks, where you're basically just sleeping, this is not the resort for that. And the reason why I say that is because this resort deserves the time spent exploring, getting a golf cart, driving around and seeing all the different shops. You can canoe, you can kayak, you can fish. There's just so many different amenities that you need to have at least one full resort day if you're going to stay at this resort. The nice thing about this resort is that it is in the Magic Kingdom area, so there is a boat that takes you from Magic Kingdom to the resort and then from the resort to Magic Kingdom, which is super nice. So if you're doing multiple days at Magic Kingdom, highly suggest this resort because it was super fast. We went to Magic Kingdom. We didn't have to wait for the boat either way. We even stayed until the fireworks were done, and we were able to get right on the boat to come back, which, if you're a Disney person, you know the chaos that happens at the end of fireworks, getting onto the monorail or the buses or whatever it may be. And that was pretty much eliminated because we had our own special boat. Now, I talked about this a little bit before, but I mentioned a golf cart. A golf cart is 100% absolutely necessary. Yes, you can drive to certain areas, but there's a lot of areas within this resort that you can't even take a car. There's like not even parking. There's not a street to go down. Some of the main areas where food is, you cannot take a car. So you can bring your own golf cart or you can rent one. And I rented one through Disney just whenever I booked it. And for a 4-seater, I believe it was like $70 a night. I ended up having a 6-seater because there was like a bunch of us that were here, and I can't remember how much I paid, but it was over $100 and something a night. And it was just easy peasy, and we were able to get to where we needed to be in our golf cart. And we do have internal bus loops, so you don't absolutely have to have a golf cart, but seriously, get a golf cart if you're going to stay here, because the buses to walk to a bus stop, I don't know. We totally could have done it, but just having the golf cart makes things so much easier. Another super nice thing about this resort is you're in Disney, but it's not like Disney overload. There's a lot of Chip 'n Dale happening at the resort. Chip 'n Dale, you can meet them. They have a campfire s'mores night, movie night, and Chip 'n Dale come out and do a little stage situation. And then Chip 'n Dale, as you'll see through the room tours, is definitely in the room theming. But really, other than that, you just feel like you're in this serene campground, honestly, in a forest. I could have spent days just driving around and exploring in the golf cart. You could even do horseback riding here. They have a whole area you can go check out called the Circle D Ranch. I didn't get a chance to check this out, so I definitely need to go back. But this is where you can actually go see the horses that you see around Walt Disney World. So maybe it's the horses that do the horse and buggy rides. They have the Headless Horseman that comes out at the beginning of the parade at the Halloween parties. It's just really cool because you can get up close to the horses and just kind of see them and say hi and see their cuteness. So another thing that I loved about this resort was the food. They have their quick service area called Trails End, and then they also have a dinner show at what's called the Pioneer Hall. We didn't do the dinner show, but this is something that if you have little kids, they would absolutely adore this, and a lot of adults go to this too. And it's like a family style meal that's like barbecue and fried chicken and just all these delicious things. Very first night I got on the golf cart and I went and explored, and I went to Trails End and I got my food to go because I wanted to enjoy the cabin. And the meal that I got was not that expensive, and it honestly could have easily fed 3 adults. There was so much food for the price, and the food was really good. It was like fried chicken and ribs and cornbread and mashed potatoes and baked beans and pulled pork. It was like this huge meal that I was barely even able to put a dent in. And then in the morning you can go back to Trails End and they have all the delicious Disney morning breakfast goodness. They had these loaded nacho tots, kind of like you can get at Woody's Lunchbox. They have, of course, the Mickey waffles. They just had a lot of really good food, and I thought that was great because whenever you're picking a resort, you want to take that into consideration as well. This resort has 2 main shops. One of them is the Settlement Trading Post, and this is the one that's right by where the Pioneer Hall is and also where the quick service is. But both shops have the cutest merchandise, and they have so much that's specific to this resort, and you can get to both of them by golf cart. Okay, so now that we talked about all the food and the fun things to do, let's dive into what these cabins look like, because of course that's going to be a huge factor in if you decide to choose this resort, depending on how many people you had. We had 6 adults, which I'll go into more whenever I get into the room tour, which I'm going to do right now. Welcome to the Fort Wilderness Cabins. I'm obsessed. When you first walk in, you walk into this kitchen area, which is plenty of space. And it has everything you could possibly need. Dishwasher, because these are considered DVC, so if you know what DVC is, it's fully stocked. Has the cutest little bow, microwave, and then it also has everything you need, cups, bowls, all the things. Silverware, Keurig that does both, coffees, both kinds, toaster, plates, cute little mason jars, keep with the theme. So this here is the garbage and recyclable, and then under here has sponges and things to do dishes. Got this nice little window here. You can check out my neighbors while I'm doing dishes. These cabins are so pretty. And as you can see, it's super bright because of all these windows. I could 100% live in a tiny house. Full-size refrigerator, and then it comes into this living room area where this pulls down into a Murphy bed. I think it's a queen. You just move this thing out of the way and I'll show you. And then it leads into, it's a 1-bedroom. This bedroom has I think this bed's the same size as the other one, queen. Look at all this light. The cutest Chip and Dale. Lighting up here, TV, little open closet situation. And then it also has these bunk beds that are massive. I laid in them earlier. And adults can absolutely sleep in these, and 2 will definitely be sleeping in them tonight, and we'll check in and see how they slept. But I love the decorations. These are all themed to characters. Even in the bunk bed, you have your own little lamp here, which has USBs in it. Chip and Dale, little Pete's. And then this little log is the blanket. And then you climb up the steps And it's basically the exact same thing up here. The cutest decorations here. All kinds of the Pioneer Hall. I think that's where Hoop-Dee-Doo Review is. All the different things you can do here. You can like canoe. River Country. That used to be a water park. I went there when I was like young. And you would, I swear, the slides slid into a river and it was weird. But it's like so pretty in here. And then that's the air conditioner for in here, so I have it down as low as it can go, and it is super nice and cold. So then this just leads back into this like living area, which is huge. And you could open all of these curtains and have like so much light in here, or shut them, because there's curtains that come down to shut that top too. And then back here we have a bathroom. So this is 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom. And here, because it's DVC, it has, you know, vacuum, broom, because it's people that usually stay longer. Again, the skylights, so it just feels massive in here. Super cute art. Then we have a shower, which has a really nice shower head. Oh, it's a tub too. Cool. Towels. The vanity's a nice size. It has the little stool for the kiddos, which I think is like the cutest thing ever. And then there's this separate get ready space, which is gonna be great because we have 6 adults staying here for the next 2 nights, so that's gonna be interesting. But we have this like space that you can get ready. This is a closet for not us, Disney. It has like the cutest theming with these lights. Those little buckles. And the ceilings are vaulted and they have these wood beams. So I just love the theming. And these curtains, I'm sure if I pull them, have theming. And then the deck is massive with chairs. And there's a grill, which I have literally no idea how to use that. Little clean your feet thing. And it's just so pretty. Cool. So to answer the big question, should you stay at the Fort Wilderness Cabins? I cannot answer that for you, but I hope this video will help you make that decision a little bit more. Of course, always taking into consideration the budget, what location you're going to be in, and are you going to be doing where you're going to be rope dropping and then staying until the wee hours of the night. If that's the case, then I would not come to this resort, just because this resort really truly does deserve like where you have a full day of exploring and enjoying the pools and all of the things. But I hope this video helped, and I'll see you in the next one.